Hello everybody and welcome back to Sam's Doing Stuff. What am I doing today? Well, I'm gonna install something in my truck that I hope I never have to use. Today, I'm gonna install a dash cam. So this is the Rove R2-4K dual channel 4K dash cam. Has a 128 gigabyte Pro micro SD card that is included. It's a dual dash cam, one for the front and one for the rear. I chose this based on customer reviews and the features of the product and of course price. I did purchase this item myself, so this is not an endorsement. I just want to show you guys what it takes to install it and show you the features in case you're thinking about doing the same thing. Before we get to the unboxing, I just want to kind of tell you why I chose to buy a dash camera. Okay, I'm 53 years old at the time of making this video, and I have well over 25 years of a perfect driving record. I think I'm pushing more than 30 years of a perfect driving record. I drove for a living as a television news cameraman, and just had to be a good driver, you know? There's a lot of crazy people out there. Maybe it's my age, but I think there's a lot more crazy people out here. Anyway, if you don't have proof that something happened, then it's just your word against theirs. I believe in cameras. Like I said, I was a cameraman for 22 years for TV news. Cameras around your house to protect your home, and cameras to protect your safe driving record, really. I just think it's smart. All right, so let's get into this thing. See what's in the box. They do provide you, oh, that's an adapter. How nice is that? They also provide you with a 128 gig micro SD card. A lot of cameras will not provide that. Just an added bonus. Got the instructions. That is a thick book. Wow. Some, I don't know, scan your USB thing, whatever, all this crap. Oh, a little sticker to say, hey, I'm protected. I don't know if I want to put that on my car. All right, and here's the actual product. So we got the front camera, nicely packaged and protected. Let's take that out of the box, see what it looks like. I got a lens cap over it. LCD is protected. I'm not going to take any of that off until I get it inside and get it installed. We'll just go ahead and put that right back in the box. Over here, looks like we have the rear camera. All right. Oh, okay. So we got the suction cup mount. I do believe I'll be using the suction cup mount. You can either use that or they provide, oh, there's the rear camera. So the rear camera doesn't come with a suction cup mount. It only has a 3M sticky thing to put on your window. I'm going to be installing this on a pickup truck, so this is going to be installed on the back window and it will overlook the bed, which is fine. So there's the rear camera. This is a adapter. This is an adapter. Cigarette lighter adapter. And there's the 3M adhesive for the front camera. I don't think I'll be using this. I think I will use the suction cup mount for the front. The last little box here, I think it's all of our wiring. So, oh, that's nice. They give you a bunch of little clips because you're gonna have to run this wire from the front of your car to the back. A couple of extra 3M adhesive pads. This tool is for getting under the trim around your car or truck, so you can get underneath the carpeted ceiling or whatever you need to get under and push that wire in. I'm sure that's going to be helpful. A couple of cleaning pads for cleaning the windshield before you stick things on it. A very generous amount of wire. That's probably going from the front to the rear. And another very generous amount of wire. You do need to run this to your USB port on your car. to power the camera, so that's probably what that's for as well. All right, so let's get started with the install. Like I said earlier, I'm going to use the suction cup mount. There's a little protective piece of paper on it. We're going to take that off in a second. Set that there. I've got the camera. I'll set that here. And I'm going to take this little cleaning wipe, and I want to install this on the opposite side of the mirror from where the driver is. You don't want this to be a distraction while you're driving. I think this is the best place for it. It recommends this location in the manual, so we're going to go with that. So you take the little cleaning wipe and just wipe the window down good and clean where you're going to put your suction cup. Now, oh, also, very important, these little dimples here. A lot of cars and trucks have these little dimpled areas. Don't try and stick this up in there. It won't get a good suction because it's textured. Go right below that. Now we can reposition this however we want. Once again, I use the suction cup mount, so if I need to take it off and fix it, I can. But this will swivel left to right and forward and back, and then you tighten it down with this little knob. So we'll get the right angle after we get it all hooked up. Okay, camera's mounted here, and as you can see here, this is a Ford F-350. It's a 2009 Ford F-350 Super Duty. I've got some cables. This mirror must have some gadgetry in it. Anyway, there's already cables going up through here, and I'm just going to follow that same line. I'm going to go towards the driver's side, and that's where I'm going to start my power cable. Find your power cable, and the power for this is going to be the one with this angled USB-C. That plugs into the camera. I'm not going to plug it into the camera yet, but I'm going to give it enough room that I know that I can. The power input is on the right-hand side of the camera. I don't want to yank it, so I'm not going to plug it in yet, but I'll just lay it there. And then I can kind of follow along here and find that cord, that wire, and the ceiling on just about any car is going to have space. You're going to tuck it up in there and just very carefully continue along. Make sure you keep the cable nice and straight and just put it up in there. Once again, it's important as you go, they package this thing and they kink it all up when they package it. Make sure you get it nice and straight. You don't want to kink your wire. Anyway, so you're going along and you're looking for a clean line that continues all the way to where you're going to plug it in. Now, in the manual, they show going over to the passenger side and doing this. It's the same going to the driver's side. I feel more comfortable going to the driver's side because if a wire comes down loose, I'll deal with it. I don't want it to be in the way of a passenger, and a passenger might damage it. So I trust myself more. That's basically the bottom line. All right, I'm going to continue through here, and I've come through to a part where the plastic is this hard plastic, and that's where this tool comes into play. So we're just gonna, if you can see, I hope, go over here, and we're gonna pry down on that hard piece of plastic a little bit, and you want the tool to go before the wire. So get the tool in there, pry it open, and get your wire started. Be patient, go slow, and then just move your tool farther along in front of the wire and just keep tucking that wire in as the tool goes along. It's important to have the tool in front of the wire so that the tool spreads and the wire follows. Now that I've gotten to the corner here, I've gotten to the weather stripping. This is very easy. You can do this with your finger. So I'm just going to push the wire in through the weather stripping just like that. There we go. There we go, just like that. Keep going, and I'm going to go all the way until I get down to the bottom of the dashboard. Now that I'm down at the bottom of the dashboard here, I'm going to go behind anything that might be, like there's a latch here. Actually, I think I'll go above that. You've got to be smart about it. to try and find the right path. They don't include zip ties, but I think it's a good idea to always have zip ties on hand. If you don't, buy some, because there's some stuff under here I'm just going to zip tie it to. It'll just be the easiest thing to do. I have not completely finished zip tying underneath the dash, but I've got it routed exactly where I want it. And I'm going to switch now, and I'm going to go to the end here. This is where it plugs in, at least on my vehicle. This is where the USB port is. I'm actually lucky that this 2009 has a USB port. Anyway, I'm going to start from here now at this end. I'm going to leave a little bit of a loop, and I'm now going to use one of these clips that they provide, and I'm going to hold the wire to the dash here, because this is where I run out of area to tuck it in. Now that I've got all the wire that's going to be exposed as neat as it can be, I'm going to finish by zip tying what's left. There might be a little bit of excess wire, just a little slack. I'm going to zip tie that slack up underneath the dash so it's all tucked away and neat. All right, front camera is wired. Moving on to positioning the rear camera here. Now, I have a pickup truck, right? Well, this pickup truck has a power sliding window. That's an important detail you don't want to miss. This sliding window reaches all the way to here. Now, positioning the rear camera, I thought a lot about this. You may think, well, I want to put this camera right in the center. You know, maybe you don't have a truck, you don't have this window, you want to put it right in the center. I don't think so. Think about, I'm in America, we drive on the right-hand side of the road. The center of the road is more about right here, okay? If I want to get the most view of what's going on behind me on the street, this position right here seems like it would be the best place for it. Now, there also seems to be a right side up and a wrong side up with this camera. I don't think that if you mount it upside down, it will flip it will probably record upside down. That's what I'm assuming. So the writing on this, on the back, if you can read it, that's right side up. So we're going to mount it with the words right side up. And it just so happens that the trim stops right there too. So the wire will be almost completely hidden. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to peel this little adhesive thing off the back. I'll wipe down the window, make sure it's nice and clean, and I will mount this as level as I possibly can. The camera does have an up and down, but it doesn't have any other adjustment. You can only adjust it up and down. So make sure you mount this level, or else all of your video is going to be skewed. This is a very, very long wire going to the back. I am going to have just probably at least 5 feet of extra. I have decided I am going to just loop all of this extra wire, which is a lot, Oh. And I'm gonna hide it behind this mirror. All right. That was my best option, I think. I'm gonna clip that off. Let's make sure we cut the zip tie and not the wire. Wouldn't that be something? Perfect. So this one is actually marked with a little tag that says rear camera. I'm gonna remove that tag now that I know what it is. If I can. Can we remove the tag? There we go. And we're gonna plug it into the top. Wonderful. So now we could plug it in here. We're gonna insert the micro SD card that they provide in here. Whoop. These things are spring loaded. Come on. Get in there. Doesn't want to stay. Okay, am I putting it in wrong? I don't know why. It seems like it's always me. I can tell, I know I've inserted micro SD cards all the time. It goes in here like that, and then you push until it clicks. And this is not clicking. I don't know why it's not staying in there. That's where it goes. I did it correctly. There it goes. Did you hear it click? It clicked. That was way more difficult than it should have been. Okay, everything's hooked up as it should be. Should just be able to turn the car on and it should come on. Maybe not. Maybe I have to turn the power on first. There it goes. Okay, we got power. I don't know why it did that.
Please format the memory card before.
Wow. It's turning itself off and on. This is fun.
Please format the memory card before first time use.
Okay. Format.
Format successful.
Well, that's good. All right, I'm going to go through the setup on this. You can read the manual for it if you get one of these. I don't know why it turned itself on and off so many times, but it seems to be working now. So I'm going to go ahead and get the time set and everything, and then we're going to take it out for a test ride. Well, I've been using the new dash cam for several months now. Nothing of great significance has happened while I'm driving, so that's a good thing. Otherwise, I'd show you that footage. So I'm just going to put up some random stuff just to show you the quality of video you get from it. It's pretty good. It's not terrific. I mean, I think it's definitely better than not having any proof at all. Like I said at the beginning of this video, the intent for this is to give an officer some truth to a situation rather than someone else's word versus mine. And I think this does it. So here's the example of the rear camera, and you can see I'm towing my trailer with my tractor in it, and I like the positioning of the camera right down the center, like I said earlier in the video. I think that was a good choice. And the video quality is pretty good, not too terrible. You know, video doesn't lie, and it gives a police officer or someone else proof. It's better than my word versus theirs. That's all I gotta say. And I feel pretty good about it. Now, there's a couple of things that are a little quirky. The way the camera turned on and off when you start your vehicle, I don't know if it's the USB port that I have in this truck or if it's, I don't know, but the camera doesn't have a battery in it. The camera has a capacitor. So once that capacitor gets charged enough, then the camera will turn on and stay on. So every once in a while, I'll have to remember to hit the power button to turn it on. It's not a big deal. Once it's powered on, it will power itself back on, you know, after I start the truck and everything. So it's working fine. The video quality is good. I've got the peace of mind. I can set it and forget it. And, you know, if something ever happens, heaven forbid, I'll have proof of what the truth is. So anyway, I appreciate you stopping by and watching this video. If you're thinking about a dash cam, hopefully this helped you in making your decision, helped you in knowing how to install it and knowing what you'll go through in the process. So once again, I appreciate you watching. If you like it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time when I'm doing more stuff.